Y'all, this makeup look really turned out for y'all. This is up close. Say something. Say something.
You bad like that, you know. But I'm the one that eats your pain. I know.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dazja Jordan. For those of you that are new, for my returning kin folks, what's up? So you guys, in today's video we are back in the glam room for another beat. Okay, in this candid makeup and chit chat, I'll be sharing some personal stories, hopefully insights, and some advice that I've gathered throughout my many years on this earth. Okay, I hope that I inspire some of my kin folks out there to live their best lives, especially if they are stepping into their 20s, okay? But doing it in a healthy way. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also that little bell on the side so that you don't miss an upload from your girl. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, you guys, so of course the eyebrows are already done. I went ahead and took care of those off camera, and if you need a more detailed eyebrow tutorial, I do have one posted on my channel. I will try to link it somewhere up here or down below. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the face. If you know, you know, I like to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Y'all know this is literally the go-to primer, and it's probably gonna stay that way even throughout the summer. Okay, y'all, and we're gonna switch it up. The foundation that we are using today is going to be by Cosmetics. It's Changemaker foundation in the shade T130. Now we're gonna go in with that Morphe Prep and Setting Mist. And so far, this foundation doesn't feel like super heavy or anything like that. It feels a little light, looks a little light. But anyways, y'all, the reason why I wanted to do this video was because I just feel like whether you are stepping into your 20s, getting ready to be out of your 20s, even, you know, down to where you currently are in life right now, I just feel like you would be able to really just relate to what I have to say, and you know, it can be kind of like a each one teach one type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I hope that I got that saying right. All right, y'all, the concealer that we're going to go in with is going to be the Fenty Beauty Concealer, right? So y'all, one of the first things I had to learn in my 20s was that patience is literally a virtue. Patience is everything. Things don't come when you want them, how you want them, and you definitely cannot rush God, no matter how bad you want something. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through a couple lessons and a couple things to really find out that when you have patience, the outcome is always better, just because you never know what God was saving you from. You know what I'm saying? So having patience with everything can never go wrong. Accepting a no can never go wrong. In fact, in the Bible, patience is known to be one of the highest one of the highest attributes, you know, that a person could carry. And you know, having patience, what that's a timeless thing, you know. In fact, over in Galatians 6:9, it says, let us not become weary in doing good, you know what I'm saying, but for at the proper time, and y'all know the proper time means, you know, at the time that God has said, right, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Like, one thing your 20s will do is whip you into shape, you know, like it's the first little bit of you know, of adult experience, you know. And at that point, you know, if your parents are like most parents, like my parents are like most parents, they kind of throw you out there into the world, you know. This is adulthood, you know, you're not in high school no more. Like, it's time to get a plan and work it, you know what I'm saying? So doing the work and having patience in your 20s, yo, that is like the first thing you should be taught. Because if you're not ready and understanding what patience is, when you get into them 20s, life is gonna teach you. Like, for real. I also feel like in order to actually like survive your 20s, you need to have like some type of a relationship with God, like for real. Like you need to really like get in touch with your spirituality, y'all. This sun is sunning. I am so sorry. Like it's kind of like the evening time, like it's shining bright like a diamond. What's happening? But anyways, like I was saying, if you do not have a relationship with God in your 20s, that is the best time to start one, get one, figure out who he is, work on one, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need that relationship. That's a lifeline. That's a lifeline. When you're in trouble, call on God. You know, that's a real lifeline. It's like, you know, when you're an adult in your 20s, your parents can't be there, or you having one of them crazy life experiences or whatever, baby. That's when you learn how to call on God, if you don't know how, in your 20s, okay? This is how the foundation is coming together with the concealer and everything. Do we like it? I don't know. We might as well keep going though. We are gonna go in with that Morphe setting in baked powder in the shade Banana. So I feel like, you know, people go through an identity crisis maybe twice in their life. No, definitely more than twice, but the one in your 20s is the ones that really matters. That is the identity that really matters, because I just feel like you are your true self. You're getting your feet wet into adulthood. You're learning to set your boundaries. You are learning what you like and what you don't like. I mean, you're really just out here trying to find, you know, your purpose all together, you know? And of course, that's when the world is throwing everything at you. Everything. But see, that's when your relationship with God comes in and becomes so important, because even though you're out here trying to like figure out who you are and your purpose, like God literally says in Proverbs 3:5-6, trust in the Lord and with all your heart, and lean not onto your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your pathways straight. You know, so you hold on, come back to me. My bad, y'all. I done lost my train of thought, y'all. But like I was saying, just if you know God, that is literally like you're fighting most of your battle right there. You know, just by knowing God, having a relationship with God, allowing God to direct you, and like he said, make your pathways straight. You know, like that doesn't mean like there's not going to be any like hardships or anything like that, but you know, let God take care of them hard battles, them ones that, you know, it's just straight up sent from the enemy. You know, it's not a lesson of level up, you know, from God. So you feel me? So y'all, early on in my 20s, I just felt like I never really gave myself grace. I always just felt like I should always have been further, you know, like I don't know, maybe I just been too grown for my own good or something like that, but I just always was hard on myself more than like probably what my own mom was. Like I totally like had high expectations, like girl, by the time you are in your 30s, like you need to have done this, that, and the third. And y'all, like as I started to get older and go through my 20s, I had to like chill out and be like, yo, give yourself grace in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like understand that you're not gonna have it all together by such and such age. I mean, like the idea of it sounds amazing, but that's truly not the reality of it. And the realization was tough, but baby, had I given myself grace early on in life, you know, I probably wouldn't have to deal with like some of the, you know, self-esteem issues and stuff that like just, you know, regular stuff that people go through, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now this is something that God is literally still working with me with, and that is the, you know, the power of letting go, baby. I used to be able to hold a grudge to the end of time. I mean, like, I probably still can, don't push me, but it takes a lot to, you know, like become that person, or to let something get me so upset to the fact that I want to hold a grudge or something like that, you know? So I have grown a lot in this area, but knowing when to let situations go, let people go, let toxic relationships go, just the art of letting go in general, you know what I'm saying? And I think that in one of my previous makeup and chit chats, I definitely kind of like talk to y'all a little bit about like letting go, and pretty much like what the effects had on it, what the Bible had to say like earlier in Genesis about like letting go and stuff like that. And it really is toxic to hold on to like dead situations, dead relationships, you know what I'm saying? Oh y'all, and I just went and did the whole contouring and didn't even tell y'all that I used the Black Radiance True Complexion contouring palette, and I went in with that middle color, that middle brown at first, and I did all of my contouring, and then I just went in with the darker contouring shade just on my cheekbones a little bit, just to add that little, you know, y'all know how I like my cheekbones. I didn't even think I gotta say much, you know? But y'all, while the face is kind of like setting and doing its thing, we are gonna go in with our Fenty Beauty concealer, and we are just going to set the eyes because we are playing in color today. I think it's so rude for them to be mowing lawns right now, unless it's my lawn. And let's just go ahead and blend this out all over the eyelid. Y'all, the palette that we are going to be using today is the Juvia's Place Afrique, I think that's what it's called, eyeshadow palette. And the first shade that we are going to go in with is Kissi. Right after Kissi, we are going to go in with the shade Kamron, and then for our final shade we are going to jump all the way over here to this silver like shade, and it's called Angelique. So yeah, that is the order of business. The reason why I'm telling y'all is so that we can just kind of keep talking and just dip into colors, you know, without having to stop too much. So have y'all ever went to Facebook and checked up on some of the old guys that you used to have a crush on, or some of the females or males that you used to hang out with, just to kind of like see like what did you end up doing with your life, what you got going on, you know what I'm saying? Baby, I did that at one point in my life, and all I can say is my standards were extremely low. Like, drop down and get your eagle on low. Like, it was a straight up reflection of my self-respect, because I really had no business associating myself with these kind of people, especially since where they ended up in life was literally like no surprise for me. Yeah, so one thing that I like really lacked in my 20s was having standards, you know? Like, I just feel like when you have standards, you set the tone for how people should treat you, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone just should not have access to you. You shouldn't date just anyone. Ugh, like, why isn't it focusing? You should really establish boundaries, because one thing that I have learned is people will play with you in your 20s. You know, that's when they begin to play with you, you know, or at least I can, well, let me back it up. People gonna play with you all your life, but in your 20s, that's when you finally an adult. You can stand up to any and everybody. Like, if you forgot to set boundaries, you know, we gotta set some boundaries. We gotta have some understandings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the time. I mean, hell, like I said, you know, even if you are well past your 20s, you know, and you're still living like you are in your 20s. Or if you just need to go back and, you know, establish some boundaries or something like that, or use these tips that I'm giving you to reinvent yourself, anything, you know, with the, you know, there's no better time than to start establishing boundaries than now, or in your 20s if you are just now getting to your 20s. And plus, like, my philosophy on life is God don't play about me, so what I look like letting you play with me? No. Okay, so when I was in my 20s, y'all, I did not feel like I was selfish enough. Like, I just do not feel like I did not take enough time to really just love on myself, like be all about my own vibe, get to know myself and what I like. And partly, you know, that was because of my own decisions, you know, like I did what felt good in the moment, and that landed me, you know, in a, you know, situation or two, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, had I had someone in my life telling me, hey, don't accept that, go and live your life, go, this is the time to be selfish, you should be, you know, taking trips, you know, this is a guide to how you need to navigate your 20s. I just feel like, you know, I probably would have, you know, really got out there and did my thing. But the whole your 20s are your golden years, go live them up. But yeah, y'all, like I was saying, being selfish, taking that trip, putting yourself first, self-care, all of that, like that is the type of mentality that you should have in your 20s. You know, the best advice I can tell you is to invest in yourself. You know, be so selfish that you are investing in your craft, your health, things that really like make you happy. You know, that's all I can really say. I don't know, like I live my 20s very differently, very different. My priorities, like they were a little Another thing that I would say is needed in your 20s is living by yourself. Like experiencing having a roommate is cool and stuff like that, but to like really live on your own, pay bills on your own, understand like your own vibe, what you like in your house, all of that. Like I lived on my own for a short period of time. I had a roommate and I was just completely like irresponsible, and I will admit that should not have been living on my own, because ain't nobody teach me how to take care of business before just throwing my ass out there into the world. But another story for another day. Ooh, y'all, this look is kind of turning out real cute. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with some eyeliner, and of course we are going to go with the NYX Cosmetics eyeliner. But like I was saying, I feel like your 20s is where you like set the foundation for the rest of your life. Honestly, like this is where you set the rules completely. So my biggest advice would be to honestly just live it up. Obviously buckle up because shit can get crazy. Okay, focus on like your personal growth really, and building your career in whatever that career looks like for you, whatever your dream career is. Focus on building that. I promise you won't regret that in your 20s. Promise you. Focusing on how to have financial stability and working on that is always very important. And I feel like if you spend your 20s doing everything that I just told you, you know, putting it all together like it's the hokey pokey, I promise you will not regret it, because that is literally the recipe for a, you know, long, successful, and happy life. You know, putting yourself first, you know, always doing what's best for you, having a relationship with God, you know, working on things to better yourself. I mean, like, what? That sounds like somebody I want to be around. I promise you it does. And y'all know the blush that we like to go in with is the Sephora Duo Blush. That's what it's looking like. But for real though, if y'all don't take anything from this video, one thing that I definitely want y'all to know is that there is no limit to success. You know, there is no cheat code to life. There's no shortcuts to reaching success or, you know, being who you dreamt of being all your life. There's nothing like that. But if you just think big, always put in the work, invest in yourself, you know, and allow God to really just, you know, make your pathway straight like he said, I just feel like you're gonna be all right. You're gonna live these 20s to the best of your ability. It's gonna be a roller coaster, but I think that you'll be able to handle it. So think big always, because there is truly no limits to God, you know. It's not meant for you to fail. So if you are failing in life, you really have to look at the decisions that you are making, you know. And so y'all let me know in the comments down below if I'm wrong, if I'm right, if you feel me, if you don't feel me, just whatever. but seeing how I am getting ready to be 31 this year, I just feel like maybe I've learned a thing or two. I don't know. And y'all, I just used the Sephora Golden Hour highlighter in the shade High Noon, and now we're gonna go in with the Morphe setting mist and just spray our face down one more time. And then for the lips, of course, we are going to go in with that Kola. I mean, I've been trying to keep it soft and summer friendly, but I don't know. Sometimes I want a little bit more. Okay, Kim folks, so this is how the makeup turned out. Okay. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this unfiltered makeup and chit chat. Y'all make sure y'all add y'all's 2 cents in the comments down below. Also hit that subscribe button and that little bell on the side so that you guys do not miss any future uploads filled with candid conversation such like the one we had today, and great makeup tips, especially if you like this makeup right here. So until next time, may peace and love be multiplied, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You bad like that, you know, but I'm the one that eats your